hide within the country. Well, let's take you straight to the capital, Damascus. We can join the BBC's Rami Rouayem, who is there for us. Rami.
Well, Damascus, as it approaches the 4th year, what really struck me while I was here was the difference between the experiences of those who live in the areas held by government forces and those who live in areas held by rebel forces. There is a slight military advantage in many areas around Damascus and a strong military advantage for the government in areas in central Damascus, and that has made things very, very different for people living on either side of the divide. Of course, we haven't been outside the government-held areas. We have only been able to know what's going on or to paint a picture of what's going on there by listening to people displaced who have come to Damascus from those areas. But the picture the impression I've come out with after 2 weeks here in Damascus is that the city is divided and people are living two very different realities depending on where they live.
3 years on and still no end in sight to the unrest that's become a full-blown war.
As Syria approaches the 4th year of conflict, Damascus appears full of contradictions. Some areas on the edges of the capital under opposition control are besieged and under attack. But in the rest of the city, things appear to be going relatively well.
In fact, government-held areas in Damascus are swelling with new arrivals seeking normality.
I changed my school, my friends, my house, my whole life. But now I have a new life in this country or this.
Is it okay, the new life?
It's better than the before because it's here. It's safe. It's safe places, and there's we can go out in the middle of night and have walking or have parties or have a new friends than before.
But there are still things to complain about.
2 years ago, people used to stay till 3, 4 a.m. Now, maximum 12. They come early, they go early.
Prices in the bar?
Yeah, of course, because the dollar. Yeah, triple, not double, triple. Yeah, even food. So, my university.
As prices shot up, the government intervened.
The government had to reverse the policy of market liberalization. We began by setting price ceilings for food items. We studied the cost for traders, and we set a fair profit margin.
Subsidies are also Today, bread produced in government bakeries costs consumers as little as it did before the war, and the state pays the difference. As it increases pressure on rebel-held areas, the government is on a charm offensive on its own turf.
So that's the picture as we've been gathering in Damascus. Of course, there are certain developments going on. We've seen truces taking place in a number of different areas around the capital. They are the result primarily of people being very tired and of a military stalemate with an advantage for the government, which has translated into some areas stopping the fighting for now and the rebels handing over heavy weapons. It remains to be seen whether this will have a radical impact, a larger impact around Damascus and in different areas. But for now, the stalemate continues.
Rami, thanks for joining us from Damascus. Well, let's get a sense of what the picture is in the central city of Homs. It has, of course, been devastated by the civil war. When the uprising began, the city was seen as the centre of the revolution. But government troops fought back hard, and many parts of Homs have been under siege for nearly 2 years. In February 2014, the UN brokered a temporary truce and more than 1,000 civilians left, but many are still trapped. This film was recorded by people still living in Homs and was sent to the BBC by the Syrian activist group Masarat.
أنا متذكرة إنه اسمي شذا والشيء الوحيد اللي متذكرته إنه أنا أم ل3 أولاد ماني قادرة أقوم بواجباتهم بسبب ظروف الحصار. بنتي مصابة بالتوحد عمرها 13 سنة وشابين صار لي 2 ما شفتهم بعمر المراهقة، كمان أنا ما قادرة أساعدهم وما قادرة أقوم بواجبي تجاههم كأم. فدخلنا بالحصار ولا عاد قدرنا نجيب الأولاد ولا عاد قدرنا نطلع، يعني ما عاد قدرنا نقدم لهم شيء. هلا صرنا 2 صاروا شباب تغير شكلهم. ورد موهوب بالعزف على البيانو. هذا البيانو كان يتمرن عليه ورد، كنا ننام ونفيق وهو عم يتمرن، ما فتح من وقت اللي طلع من البيت.
شوية بدار حطيناهم على السنجي وحطينا لهم شوية مي واستنبتناهم وصرنا ناكلهم طيبات. يعني ما كنا نتوقع انه مثلا هيك يصير فينا، انه نرجع لحياة بدائية جدا جدا جدا، انه نصير نزرع حتى ناكل، نصير بدنا نجمع كسر حطب من الطريق مشان نتدفى، نصير بدنا ندور وين في شوية